£15 billion to fund free solar systems, free battery installs and free heat pumps. Really? Now that is the headline, but let's check out the reality. Now, if you've been watching the news, you'll have noticed the government have just dropped a massive £15 billion warm homes bomb.
We are investing in energy security, in nuclear and renewable energy.
And right now, the internet is in a state of absolute fever. I'm seeing lots of ads and headlines from influencers, from marketing agencies, all screaming about free solar panels, free batteries, and free heat pumps. There is genuine panic and fear of missing out because people think if they don't click that apply now button, the money's going to disappear and they will miss out. But here is the first thing you need to know. The scheme isn't even live. Now, if you see a button on a website that says apply now for a government grant, it's likely just a lie. They're trying to harvest your data. They want to sell it to installers who are already licking their lips at this £15 billion pot of gold. And in today's video, I'm breaking down exactly how this scheme works, who's eligible, and why, based on the government's own admission, the previous version was a total disaster. Is this scheme actually for you, or is it another gold rush for the cowboys? Let's find out. Before we look at the new money, let's take a look at the old money. A large proportion of the Warmer Homes plan could be viewed as a rebranded version of the outgoing ECO scheme.
The Conservatives' ECO scheme was presented as a plan to tackle fuel poverty.
And let's be blunt here, ECO was a catastrophe.
The scheme, get this, has cost them more than it's saved.
In the recent autumn budget, Chancellor Rachel Reeves didn't mince her words.
It is a failed scheme.
She stood up and admitted that the old scheme was so badly managed, it was costing UK householders £1.7 billion per year on their energy bills. Now, think about that. You were paying a green tax of about £150 a year on your bill to fund a system that, according to the Chancellor, cost 97% of families in fuel poverty more than it ever saved them. It was a failed scheme and a gold rush where brokers, management agents, and middlemen took the lion's share of the cash, leaving pennies for the actual equipment. That resulted in cheap kit, bottom-tier labour, and thousands of horror stories posted online of botched installs and unhappy homeowners. Now, 1/3 of the Warmer Homes plan is trying to reset that failure, with £5 billion of this new funding going straight back to fuel poor and low-income households. And they have appointed a new regulator to manage it this time, the Warmer Homes Agency, tasked with better management of that £5 billion and also management of the balancing proportion of the scheme. Now, this is designed to benefit 5 million households in the UK over the duration of the scheme and to lift 1 million households out of fuel poverty, and it runs right up until 2030. Let's take a look at where the rest of that money is going. £1.5 billion is going to devolved nations, so that's Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. Now, they already have their own systems in place, and essentially the cash here is going to be used to boost these schemes and to continue them on to 2030. They already have schemes in place for like discounted systems, low interest loans or rebates on battery and solar projects. The boiler upgrade scheme, that's receiving a further £2.7 billion, and this is for heat pumps. I'm going to dig into this later on in the video because there has been some additional changes, but the bulk of that £2.7 billion is designed to extend the existing scheme from 2028 to 2030. A further £2.7 billion is going to innovation of finance. Now, it's likely that the bulk of these funds will end up with banks and funding houses to promote low carbon projects like green mortgages, low carbon mortgage top-ups. There's no more real details on that. We've got £1.1 billion going into heat networks. Now, for this one, this is industrial scale stuff and probably not relevant to this video. And that leaves just £2 billion, a huge amount of cash, for the able to pay market. And if you're a standard homeowner looking for solar or battery, this is your segment. But before we get into how regular households can be supported with renewable upgrades, let's look at what is already in place for you. So we have 0% VAT on solar systems and batteries, And this essentially discounts the overall cost of the system by 20%, because normally there would be VAT charged, which is 20% of a project. So a £10,000 solar install really should be 12, but the government's already giving you that £2,000. We also have tax-free savings. Now, solar systems and batteries, they produce energy savings from your bill and income from export payments. Both of these are tax-free, and this is a big motivator for buyers who see solar systems as financial instruments. Returns can range from 10 to 15% for their hard-earned cash, and they're not going to pay any income tax back to the government for investing in green tech. And finally, we have the boiler upgrade scheme. Now, originally this was just for air source heat pumps or ground source, giving you a £7,500 voucher. But as part of this new £15 billion framework, they've expanded it, and you can now get support for air-to-air heat pumps, which is basically air conditioning to heat and cool your home, along with heat batteries. But there's a catch. The grant for these new products is capped at £2,500 rather than the full £7,500. And this is likely because the government knows that an air-to-air system is much cheaper to install, and they don't want to pay for the whole thing, they just want to nudge you towards it. Now, let's get real. If you're looking for a grant for solar panels or a battery, it's not happening. There is no free money for solar panels in this framework for regular home owners. What the government wants to do is lend you money at lower rates via an approved supplier on the framework. But as I said, to get these loans, you have to go through the Warmer Homes Agency. And in my experience, 2/3 of a company working under these schemes is just an administration department. They deal with 100-page assessments, benefit checks, and government audits. And sadly, this red tape and administration has historically taken precedent over quality, premium kit, and long-term aftercare, all of which are critical components to a successful solar install. Now, what typically happens is this drives up the overall cost of an install. It's highly likely that a solar project under the new scheme will cost about £500 to £1,000 more than a private quote just to cover the paperwork alone. So you might be getting a rate of 4.9% on your interest against a market rate of, say, 9.9%, but are those savings worth more than the extra ticket price of having one of these government-supported loans and the paperwork that goes with it? That remains to be seen. There's also some other cost considerations. This new announcement has spiked interest. We have seen that here at Heatable, and what it's likely going to do is drive up prices. As more and more customers crowd in to take advantage of government support, installers, supply chains, and administrators will see an opportunity to increase prices. This isn't some massive conspiracy, it's just market forces and basic economics. Here at Heatable, we have already seen a massive increase in the amount of people submitting an inquiry, and their first question, can I get a grant? Can I get on the list? There's also other pressures coming into market. We recently posted a video on about the new Chinese VAT rebate scheme going to increase the cost. Posted a video on the Heatable YouTube. There are also other forces at play here. We recently did a video on the Heatable YouTube channel covering the changes to the Chinese menu in my local takeaway. Do you think we can leave that in? I'm really struggling with this line. We recently did a video on how battery costs may increase because of the Chinese VAT rebate system, and there's a link somewhere in the description. Go and watch that. Now, there is here a bit that nobody is really talking about, the timeline. I've been speaking to industry insiders, and for people close to the framework, whilst the headlines say £15 billion has been announced, the reality is that the new consumer loan portion for solar and batteries isn't expected to be fully live and operational until the end of 2026 or early 2027. Let's think about what that means if you decide to wait for the official government low-cost loans to kick in. You're going to be sitting on your hands for the next 12 to 18 months. Typically, a well-designed solar and battery system in the UK saves a household around £1,000 per year off their energy bill. And if you waited, let's say 15 months for a government loan to kick in, then you might have saved a few £100 on the interest of your system, but you'll have effectively wasted around £1,500 in potential energy savings. This is cutely named as the waiting tax. Now, like I said earlier, we have had a huge influx of inquiries coming into Heatable, and their first question, can I have a grant for my system? The answer, no. We do point out there is 0% VAT, you've got those tax-free savings, and if you want an air source heat pump, we can help with that too. But what we can do right here is cover off some prices of some example systems without all of those government fees and the middleman madness added on. So on the website right now, you can get a premium setup with 10 solar panels and something like a SIG Energy SIG Install battery fully installed for about £9,400 plus scaffold. And since everyone is waiting for these 0% government loans to kick in that aren't actually even live yet, we just decided to go and do that ourselves. So on that deal, you can get 0% APR. Now you do have to put a deposit down, so that's 25%, but then that balance over 24 months with no interest works out at about £290 per month. And with that deal, you get the best technology in the market, like the SIG Install, which uses that AI to manage your home's energy needs, EV charging, all at the touch of a button, and you'll get it installed by the SIG Energy 2025 Installers of the Year. You've not got to wait for any government policy, you've not got to fill out any paperwork, and you're not going to pay any additional fees to have a grant application for a low interest loan processed on your behalf. Now, £15 billion is a huge amount of cash, especially when the government is complaining about a financial black hole. But don't buy solar because the government excited you with a headline about a scheme that hasn't even launched yet. Don't submit your details to one of these advertising agencies who's just trying to harvest your data. Buy it because you want to save money on your bills, you want to own your own energy. Buy it because you want to be independent from the grid. The technology is brilliant. The government's management of it, historically, that's been a disaster. And that video that I was talking about earlier about those changes to battery prices because of the Chinese VAT scheme, well, that's available on screen right now. If you've enjoyed this one, give it a like. If you've got any questions, drop a comment below. See you on the next one.